All right, we are here at the 2023 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship first round. We are with Caitlin Owens, Vivian Wang, and head coach Jan Strubel from Carnegie Mellon after their 1-0 win over Washington and Lee in the first round. Coach, if you could just start us off with an opening statement.
It's nice to score a goal. I mean, we've been playing really great soccer over the past couple of weeks, but unfortunately 0-0, 1-1, a lot of ties. So it was obviously wonderful to get a nice goal and maintain that lead and finish out the game. So really happy for them.
And speaking of the goal, Vivian, just scoring in the NCAA tournament, that's such a moment. Just take me through that moment, your emotions, what was going through your mind before and after the goal?
It just felt really great. We've really put in a lot of work the past few weeks as a team, and it just felt great that I could score and put us through to the next round.
Back to you.
All right.
My brain's still not.
No, all good. So now we're set up for a little rematch, a little UAA second round matchup. I guess we'll go over to Caitlin. Kind of how do you go into that game? What do you take from a couple weeks ago when you played NYU? What's that mentality going against a conference opponent?
I know we weren't happy with that result that happened last time we played them. So we're really looking forward to this game, and we're excited as a team. We've been talking about it. We wanted to win this game so we could get to this team and move on to the next round. That's honestly our goal. It's just another team. Next game is always our biggest game. So.
And such an even game throughout, Coach. I mean, both sides had a couple chances, shared possession. It's very even. Ended up getting a goal late on there. What do you think worked for your group in order to break through and not have to play overtime?
Again, we've kind of unfortunately struggled to score some goals, and that's all we've been working on. Different ways to get in the box, different ways to get behind. And I thought it was quality service and ultimately just a great effort. It wasn't like an easy tap, and she really just had to throw her body behind it and give that extra effort. So and it's moments like that in games like this that are the difference makers. The willingness to just throw your body to block a shot, to score a goal, to get that assist. And again, that for me that was the difference. That willingness to just do a little extra to get the result.
And this can be for all three of you, since of course we're NYU, we're in the UAA as well. I'm gonna shout out the UAA a little bit. 7 of the 8 teams in the tournament. Of course, you and NYU being 2 of them playing tomorrow. How does that tough league schedule prepare you for this tournament? And what do you kind of take from that gauntlet?
Go ahead.
I think playing consistent good teams, especially ranked teams, has definitely prepared us for these upcoming games, because every game we play, it's going to get harder and harder. And throughout the UAA, every team we play is on that caliber. So I think it's definitely prepared us well compared to other teams who've had a slightly less caliber than we did.
Yeah, I mean, I've been coaching the UAA for 13, 14 years now. I've lost track. And I think that's a consistent. That's consistent across the years. There's always 1 or 2 teams from the UAA making the Elite Eight, making the Final Four, making the final almost every year. Obviously, there's outstanding conferences and excellent teams coming out, but consistently the UAA shows that we have across the board just some of the strongest teams in the country, and always battling and always understanding that one of us could be there, one of us could win the whole thing, and it's exciting, and that's ultimately why I think many players go to schools in the UAA, because that's what they want. They want to be challenged academically, they want to be challenged athletically, and again, they want to win it all. I think any team, any year in the UAA can do it.
And then in the league, I think there was one weekend this year where there was a Friday, Sunday quick turnaround, but of course we're not playing the next day. For the players, how you yourselves, physically, mentally prepare for that, and then coach, kind of how you get the group ready to play the very next day with such high stakes.
Obviously, it's hard just having 2 games back to back, but we all do our recovery as a team, and we all get prepared for it.
Especially the weekend we did have the back-to-back. It was 2 UAA, it was Chicago, WashU, which are 2 very outstanding teams that unfortunately tied both. But again, I think it prepared us again for this NCAA tournament double header.
So having, I think it was 13 shutouts this season, if I'm not mistaken, how does that play for your confidence towards a team like NYU that scored over 60 goals so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of showed when we played last time. It was, it was an excellent game. It was a battle, but I felt like we did a good job limiting their opportunities. They scored, frankly, a beautiful goal with minutes left. Hey, that was a great goal. But I think throughout the game, it was a fairly even battle. But I think we do a pretty good job of keeping the shots to a minimum. I mean, even today, I think the handful of shots they had were from 20 yards out, 25 yards out. So I think that's one of our strengths. I mean, you know, again, we know NYU's got some excellent players 1v1, so the objective obviously is to keep in front, minimize those opportunities in the box, and try to keep them, you know, keep those shots coming from outside, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I mean, you know, I think that's obviously a focus, our defensive organization, and you know, our mentality in games. And to your point again, it's, you know, a lot of shutouts. We're very proud of that.
Yeah, and Caitlin, using your experience as a grad student, how do you advise the younger players like Vivian, who's just a sophomore?
I've played soccer forever, but I think experience like in the NCAA tournament, my last school as well, we've made it all 4 years there, and coming here and having the same experience is very grateful. And I think being calm, cool, collected in moments like these, especially going up in the last 10 minutes of the game, I think it's huge. So just keeping the team calm and leading them as we can.
Thank you so much.
All right.